milestone. I always feel a sense of accomplishment when I've gotten onto the bike and made it. Feeling pretty good at 7 a.m. Already I feel a sense of accomplishment. Let's get really, really light resistance now. And we can just sit up and pedal slowly. Start to tune into our bodies a little bit. Let's just start by letting our arms hang down. And just let your shoulders fall away from the ears a little bit. And feel that pull of your weight of your arms down into the muscles of the neck, right in here. And maybe just wiggle your arms around a little bit. And if you're breathing shallowly from the chest, transfer your breathing down to the belly. See if you can feel the belly expand. And now notice the weight of the skull and the head and the shoulders and the upper body into the spine. Down through the hips into the sit bones and onto the saddle. And let's bring our arms down to the handlebars and practice just resting your hands on the bars. Fingers relaxed and loose, and your shoulders and elbows relaxed. At this point, see if you can tune into the separation or the decoupling of the upper body from the lower body. Muscles just working very, very lightly as you pedal slowly. In today's class, we're going to have some longer, extended efforts where we're going to need to tune in and quiet the mind down and be present. It's going to be very good for a meditative practice. But first, let's get our legs warmed up. With light resistance, I'm just adjusting mine. It was too light. See if you can get your legs up to this pedal speed, but keep the resistance very, very light. No discomfort in the muscles at all. And as we're pedaling pretty quickly here, keep the hips nice and steady, keep the shoulders relaxed. Keep in mind that idea of decoupling the upper body from the lower body. And we're just stitching together a smooth, supple pedal stroke. And if you feel like it, you can close your eyes. just feel the rhythm, sense the body moving with the rhythm of the song. Now slow your legs down again. Let's sit up tall again. Shake out the arms. Notice what effect that had on your breathing. Since it was light resistance, we shouldn't be out of breath right now. Just a little bit of elevated breathing, a little bit of elevation in the heart rate. Remember, if that hurts your muscles at all, take some resistance out. We're going to do it one more time. It's about smoothness, suppleness, and warming up. All right, back to the handlebars. Again, check your posture. Make sure your neck and spine are nicely aligned. In 3, and 2, and 1. With that light resistance, come back up to the pedal speed. You may notice that it feels a little smoother this time. Which is what we want as the muscles warm up. In 3, and 2, and 1. Go ahead and slow your legs down again. Beautiful. Now our bodies have been trained that rhythm. Millions of neurons have been paying attention to that rhythm, both in hearing it, understanding it, computing it, and then outputting it to the muscles of the legs. So we've been trained the brain a bit to that rhythm, which is perfect. It's beautiful. We're going to come back to that rhythm now, but this time we add a little bit of work of resistance. Now remember, these are longer efforts today, so don't make it so your legs are screaming in misery at the very start. We want to notice the changes in the muscles and pay attention to the increase in the heart rate and the breathing as we go along. Okay, let's go to our rhythm first. Same resistance. Perfect. Settle the weight, settle the hips. Now, add in a little bit of resistance. That gives you just the hint of the muscles working. As if you shifted 1 or 2 gears on the bike, and now you're thinking, oh yeah, I'm working. That's my sensation right now. So I take a deep breath, and I bring my mind into the feeling of the muscles working in the rhythm of the song. Just like you, my mind tends to wander. And when I notice that that's happening, I just try to return to my body posture, the feeling of my shoulders, the feeling of my hands. I remind myself to relax the belly and let the shoulders come away from the ears. I just come back to the body mostly. Remember I said we can pay attention to the breathing picking up. We can pay attention to the heart rate coming up. It's starting to happen for me. I can feel the heart rate coming up. I can feel my breathing picking up. I notice that my muscles are changing in their feeling. The sensation of the muscles is changing. My legs are feeling warmer now. They feel warm, like they really feel warm, not they're warming up. They feel warm. In 3, in 2, and 1. All right, just leave the resistance where it is and slow down for a second. Sit up if you like. I see my breath is faster than I thought it was. I'm just tuning into my body right now. How do my legs feel? How do my hands feel on my hips? Feels funny. What's my heart rate doing? Alright, let's return to our handlebars. And allow your legs to find this rhythm. A little bit jazzy. You might have a hard time finding the rhythm. Just watch my legs. One and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So we're going to bring in resistance now. It feels like a gradual hill. Now, oftentimes we talk about a steep hill as one that we could just hold for 10 minutes. And that would be the very limit of our abilities, because we do much shorter sections of that hill and we're trying to get a feeling of working really hard. I want this hill to feel like you could do it. 10 minutes. Perhaps 15. So this is less steep than our normal hills, but we're still feeling the hips engage. We're still feeling the glutes pushing over the top, and the heart rate's definitely coming up. And as always, you've noticed probably my hands have gone to the middle of the bar. And this is just my natural way of climbing. You see my fingers are still very much relaxed. If I'm out on my bike, out on a hill, outside, this is how my hands are. Relaxed. I'm not even holding on to the handlebars. You can steer just by pushing a little bit on each hand, you know. You can steer with your hips. So I'm definitely not grabbing the handlebars like this. Is when we get into the meditative aspect of climbing. All we see ahead of us is the next 5 to 10 feet. That's all we see. We're just taking a one pedal stroke at a time. Very meditative when you're outside on your bike and you're just watching the edge of the road in the next 10 to 15 feet as you're working your way up a hill. I don't have the benefit of music setting my rhythm when I'm riding outside. Listen to music when I ride outside. Listening to everything that's around me. I love the sound of the chain and the gears, the sound of the tires on the surface of the road. At this very moment, I can feel sweat forming on my forehead. A heart rate monitor on right now. You can start to watch it if you'd like, to pay attention to what your heart rate's doing as it's coming up. If you don't, just pay attention to your breathing. It's getting more and more rapid. best to monitor what your mind is doing. Yes, it will start grasping for things in the future, the past. That's normal. Just notice it. Come back to the present in the body, in the breath. If at this point you're starting to lose the rhythm or really struggling to maintain the rhythm, take a little resistance out. I want you to be able to hold this rhythm and notice how the body is responding to the accumulated work as we go. We have maybe a minute and a half left here. If you'd like, you could add more now if you felt like this was too easy. You can take some out if you don't think you can finish it. I feel like I'm right where I need to be. No adjustments for me. I've noticed that my legs have changed a lot over the course of this extended climbing piece. I should say the sensation from the legs. All right, bring it down to light resistance. Let's sit up nice and tall for a second. Oh, I'm more out of breath than I thought I was. Drink a little bit of water. Let's integrate that experience. It's quite long. See if you can remember back to the beginning of it, the middle, and the end. See if you can recreate the feelings that happened in your muscles over that time period. Maybe your thoughts at the start of it, knowing it was going to be long. Maybe your thoughts now, knowing you finished it. Keeping your light resistance. Let's come up to speed here. By the way, if your hip bones get sore or you even just want to, you can stop. Stretch like this if you want. In fact, you should. I do that right now outdoors all the time. All right, let's align ourselves to this rhythm. This will be another long section, but as you see, our cadence is much faster. We're on a flat road now. So it would do us well to visualize a flat road, we know. try to use all of our senses when we do our visualizations. We try to notice the smell of the place, try to notice the sounds around the place. Of course, we see it in our mind's eye. The more detail we can see, the better. So we have the rhythm, we have the lighter resistance right now, but because we're pedaling kind of fast, the heart rate is going to be moderately high right now. Breathing, same. Are you ready to shift gears with me and just settle in? Let's do it. Let's add a little resistance now, so it feels like we're into a working zone. And that's the way I feel right now. And yeah, there's a little doubt in my mind about how long I could hold this right now. I want it to be just like that hill we were doing. You could hold this 10 to 15 minutes. You definitely could. But it's going to be a challenge. And if you want, during this effort, you can set up like I am. I've got the same resistance, same rhythm. Just taking a little pressure off the shoulders and the hands and elbows. Now is a very good time to start focusing the mind on the scraping of mud from the bottom part of the pedal stroke and back, using the balls of your feet. Heart rate's coming up. I can feel it. My breathing's picking up. We've got a ways to go here. So if you sense you're losing the rhythm because it's just too hard, take some resistance out. Let's together do a little body scan, okay? You're welcome to close your eyes through this if you'd like. But starting at the base of the skull, feel that connection. Between the skull and the spinal column. Now start to work your way down, vertebrae by vertebrae, releasing tension as you go. Until we arrive in the upper part of the middle back. right by the shoulder blades. That's where we tend to carry a lot of tension. See if you can wiggle and shake that out a little bit. And going downward now, we're to the lower part of the back, the lumbar region. And this is where you'll start to feel the hips rocking just a little bit relative to the spine. Now finally, the sit bones resting on the saddle. And think of now the spine from the base of the skull to the hips as one. All of it is relaxed and neutral. We're almost there on this effort. How's your belly doing? Can you relax a little bit to breathe a little bit more? And 3, and 2, and 1. All right, slow your legs down. You can hear my breathing. It's probably 7 or 8 out of 10 right now. I was settling into a groove. I'd like for you to think to yourself, how much longer could you have held that? If you really focused. I was settling into a groove. I think I could have held that a little bit longer. Well, I know I could have. How much longer though, I'm not sure. Alright, I got my rhythm. Much slower than the last song. Let's make this an extremely steep hill, the kind where you struggle to hold this rhythm in the seated position. And then we'll stand up a couple times into it with even more resistance. This will not be a long extended one, so go back to your thinking about the kind of resistance you use on a steep hill. Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1. Heavy resistance. This is where you really feel the hips pushing through the heels over the top. And also this is when it's really useful to feel as relaxed as you can. But I'm struggling. This is a very difficult cadence to maintain for me right now. You can see it in my upper body. That's that torquing motion from the hips passing up into my upper body. Those are the forces I'm generating at the hips and the legs downwards. So I'm doing my best right now to close my eyes and really just take the next 5 to 10 feet at a time. On these kinds of climbs, it does no good to look at the top of the hill. It doesn't do any good. All right, let's get ready to stand. Remember, we add even more resistance, and when we stand, notice the transfer through the glutes. It actually takes a little pressure off the quads. When we stand in 3, 2, 1, add that in. Now come back to seated climbing by reducing the resistance and sitting down. One more standing piece, then we'll move into cool down for the day. In 3, and 2, and 1. Crank it. Remember, keep your chest high, hands are light. And now come back to light resistance, out of the hill. But stay with the rhythm. My breathing on a scale of 1 to 10 is 8 or 9 right now. And our only goal at this moment is to allow the heart rate to slow and the breathing to come back towards normal. So make sure your resistance is down very low. I'm sitting here practicing that arm hang and tuning into the muscles in the neck, being pulled a little bit by the shoulders hanging down. The weight in the arms pulling down the shoulders. Noticing my breath is slowing, which means my heart rate is slowing. My legs are definitely starting to feel better now. They were a little tired. Slowly let our legs come off this rhythm now and go slower than the rhythm. We continue to breathe through a relaxed belly, noticing what our breath is doing right now. Allow our legs to slow to a stop now. And let's take 15 seconds to tune in to our minds and our bodies to notice if we have some relaxation and stress relief. And congratulate yourselves for a great job. Excellent ride. Let's rise up. 3 and 9 o'clock with our feet. Dropping your heels so you feel a stretch in the calves. Bring your back foot to the front. And let's swing a leg over the bike. Standing next to the bike, we'll stretch our quadriceps. Pulling back on the ankle so we feel a stretch in the front of the leg. We're still breathing from the relaxed belly. Celebrating our success. Let's move to the other leg. And now let's stretch our hamstrings. As far away as I can get from the computer. My cable's at its limit. This is the exact same headset we used at Revo Cycle. Same one. They last a long time. I'll leave the music on for a little bit. Have a great day. We will see you soon.